Previously on Alan Wake. I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Правда. Всем привет.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
Но мы это читали на одной из страниц. Его кто-то спас в прошлой серии. Хартман или кто-то другой?
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Странно, я вообще где нахожусь? Здесь я работаю, я так
There were
понимаю.
only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages.
Чистые
The
листы.
door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Ну, такие двери. Мне кажется, их легко выломать.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Хартман, возможно, работает с похитителем?
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
Кстати, у него нос сломан, потому что я же ударил, помните, в
This
участке.
way, Alan.
Не могу здесь вообще полазить? Да. Ну, реально в клинике. Ну, жена его привезла сюда с парома. Хотя мне события немного напоминают события фильма «Остров
Now,
проклятых»,
Alan,
по-моему.
from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Ну, я должен признаться, что разработчики хорошо запутывают меня. Сейчас непонятно, где правда, где ложь. Но я предполагаю, что это часть какого-то заговора, возможно. Не знаю. Нужно смотреть. О, классные часы. Сколько там времени? Что-то не видно. Одиннадцать?
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me.
Да, действительно странно. Значит, сейчас что-то начнется. Ну, точнее, не сейчас, а вечером.
Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved
trying
his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed
madly
for
inside
yourself.
my head.
But I
I
can't
dug my
do
nails
it
into
by
the palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go
Да,
inside.
доктор говорит убедительные вещи.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Только все равно это не объясняет, как машины поднимаются в воздух и падают, взрываются.
Scary, scary, scary.
Но этот чувак меня больше пугает, чем тьма, если честно. Ну что, дамочка?
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me.
Что ты здесь рисуешь?
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
О, да, это я, под водой.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
В офисе, возможно, я смогу туда зайти посмотреть, и там есть рисунки. Где его офис? Здесь закрыто. А, он меня зовет.
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Он тоже хочет, чтобы я продолжал писать. А вот это уже подозрительно. Интересно, я буду здесь драться?
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Хорошо, я думаю, мы будем здесь драться уже этим вечером. Не зря там генератор стоит. О, это уже второй тормоз, который я нашел здесь. Интересно, что доктор Хартман скажет, когда я Буду драться с ними вечером. Да его, скорее всего, убьют. Опять штрих-код, этот QR-код точнее. О, телевизор. Можно включить? Нет. Значит, вечером можно будет включить. Я уверен. Посмотрим, что там будет происходить нового в Брайт-Фоллс, или как называется этот городок. Новая захватывающая книга доктора Эмиля Хартмана, автора бестселлера «Творческий поток». Доктор Хартман описывает свои новаторские методики терапии вовлечения и метод потока на прилавках книжных магазинах по всей стране. Угу. Мне сюда, по-моему. Нет? Подожди, мне сказали следовать за ним. Слушайте, может быть, что-то баганулось? А, не, вот. Я отсюда пришел. Мы окажем вам всю необходимую помощь, тем не менее просим соблюдать следующие правила. Попросите друзей и близких заранее планировать посещение, чтобы они не приходили на время ваших лечебных процедур или творческой деятельности. Кроме того, просим вас уважать право на уединение и личное пространство других пациентов, особенно когда они заняты творчеством. Большинство наших пациентов сталкиваются с долговременными творческими трудностями, которые не решаются за одну ночь. Позвольте себе тратить столько времени, сколько нужно. Помните, что вы добровольно соглашаетесь на лечение, специально подобранное для вас. Терапия вовлечения и ее аналог метод потока наиболее эффективны тогда, когда пациент активно вовлечен в их формирование. Если вас что-то беспокоит, не стесняйтесь об этом говорить. Хорошо. Где доктор? Вот он.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the
Помните, мы их
Anderson
видели
brothers,
в забегаловке в
Odin
начале
and
игры?
Thor. They had a, how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first
Игра,
names
смотрите.
to complete the
Night
image of
Prince.
Viking gods.
То, что мы по
After the
телевизору
band broke
смотрим.
up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
Что-то он мне не нравится. Реально остров проклятых.
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny.
Yeah!
Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words. My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me. About everything. Crazy or not, The Andersons made more sense.
Tom, you got any booze on you?
Теперь мы будем выполнять
No.
We have a
поручение
stash of the
безумцев.
special stuff at the farm. Our own formula, local ingredients, medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain. Oh, I just noticed leather patches on the elbows. That's not very rock and roll. Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
Нужно добраться в свою комнату. О, вон еще один телевизор. Посмотрим попозже. А выйти можно? Сомневаюсь.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking after Wake here, but holler if they get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Birch.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Что не все так меня мотивирует писать? О, вот она.
I'm not myself. It's hard to think. There's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Угу. Подожди, где была моя комната? Вот здесь где-то. Wake.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody calm down. Put that down. Birch, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
Be cool.
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer?
My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir. Oh, afraid of the crazy.
А, узнать причину шума нужно.
So weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they? Ha ha! Nah!
Страничка?
It's my store.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
I'm taking it.
Вообще, да, возможно, Барри меня сюда посадил. Я подозреваю, что Барри, возможно, Мотта нанял. Как вы думаете? И хотел... Ну, а Мот должен был украсть жену. Ну, вы знаете, что случилось.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Идти в кабинет. Давайте посмотрим. Там должны быть его картины. Алана, я имею в виду. Посмотреться?
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman.
А, это
He was
Мот.
the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Ну вот, я же говорю. Ну хотя нет. Тогда босс, получается, это Хартман, а не Барри.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Смотрите, какие картины. Карта.
Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for, to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Ага, Хартман. Сволочь. Ничего себе, классные рисунки. Вот этот мне нравится. А животных мы не встречали в этой игре.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake, what would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes, and I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Спасти Барри написано. Не понял. От чего спасать? Ну да, у них были проблемы в семье. Он начал бухать, гулять. И кризис, короче говоря. Как у всех творческих людей, наверное, бывает в определенное время. Ну и то, что он не общается с женой, тоже сказывается на семейной жизни. Я могу любую теперь дверь открыть?
Barry?
А, вот Барри.
Ow! About time! Barry, man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
Он прятался.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such.
Он
Or
застрял.
else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman that...
А, блин, не доверил.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Joe! Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Блин, что он хотел сказать? Откуда взялась тень? Внезапно. Сбежать из клиники.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Что он хотел написать? Откуда он вообще знает о способностях этих, да? Ой, блин. Оружие есть у меня? Да. Это что такое? Смотрите, темнота приближается. О, у меня есть фонарик? Нет. Не нужно свет включить. Но выйти я не могу здесь. Наверх, возможно. Да, там же генератор был. Эй, такой маленький зеленый участок. Ты шутишь? Все, перемещаемся вниз. А где фонарик? Мне вот не сниму. Так, аккуратненько. Отстаньте. Кто это идет за мной? Не понял. Сигнальная ракета. Хорошо, а где Андерсоны? Возможно, мне нужно посветить здесь, да, ракета эта. Ну, зачем я ее бросил? Ой, опять не ту кнопку нажимаю. Посмотрим. Мне нравятся эти короткометражки. Правда, титров нет. И тихо.
Consider, you get in a car and leave a life behind. Easy? Not tonight.
Thanks for the ride, Mark. I'm so glad to be leaving this place. You have no idea idea.
What, Night Springs? Come on, Linda, relax. It's not that bad. Hey, what's that up ahead?
Oh God, there's someone in the road. I think there's been an accident. Are you alright?
Oh no, Linda! Oh no! It was me on the road! Wait! Tell him to watch out for the truck! Watch out for the truck!
My God, Mark?
Oh, God! No, please! God, no! Linda! Linda!
Thanks for the ride, Mark. I'm so glad to be leaving this place.
What, Night Springs? Come on, Linda, relax. It's not that bad. Hey, what's that up ahead?
Oh God, there's someone in the road. I think there's been an accident. Are you alright?
Oh no, Linda! Oh no! It was me on the road! Wait! Tell him to watch out for the truck! Watch out for the truck!
My God, Mark?
And there you have it. A vicious cycle, brutally punctuated by the blast of an air horn and screaming metal. Many roads are dangerous, but none more so than the one that leads away.
Да, жаль, что не было перевода. Потому что мне лень переводить было. Извините. Как мне выйти отсюда? А, сейчас, наверное, эта штука сломает двери. Тут я не могу открыть. О! Черт, я умер. Не, я не могу здесь выйти. Куда мне идти-то? Здесь... А, вот. Нужно было открыть двери просто. Ладно, иду к тебе. Там свет горит, вон, смотрите. Открывай. Давай мне фонарик. Отлично. Не, ну Барри вроде бы нормальный. Куда мне идти? Вот сюда он сказал? Ой-ой. Подзарядим фонарик. Проследовать через сад. А, еще лабиринтов здесь не хватало. Хотя стоп. Тут есть патроны. И револьвер. И батарейки. Что ты себе позволяешь? Никого. Будем бродить здесь. Нам нужно туда идти, наверное, где гопники появляются. Что тут написано, я хотел прочитать. Не доверяй. Эмил? Эмили? Ну ее ж Элис жену зовут. А кто такая Эмили это?
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
А, это к чему относится страница? За мной идут, говоришь? О, блин, я спался. Вот сверху вижу. Ой, блин. Это жирный просто. Ну сколько в тебя можно? Все нормально, заряжайся теперь. В какую мне сторону? Мне кажется, сюда. Кто это? А, это Хартман. Еще и птички здесь. А как мне с птичками драться? Блин, птички меня все равно атакуют. Нужно придумать, что делать с птицами. Где Хартман? Я его не вижу, но я пока... Вот он. Давайте так сделаем. Ой-ой-ой. Да ну ладно, я же хожу. Тихо, тихо, тихо. Сволочь. Все, я убил тебя. Птицы. Остались птицы только. Хартмана я убил. Ха-ха, довольно легко. Птицы напрягают. Если бы была ракетница... Где они? Термос давайте возьмем. Кофеечка выпьем. Все, птицы улетели. Вот ракетница. Я же говорю. Вообще нужно было сюда, да, подойти. Ну, теперь я готов, в принципе. Птичка. Но они замолчали, они улетели. Снова слышу их. Ну, я готов. Никто патронов здесь не ставил на лавочке? Я бы не удивился. Вот где могут быть. Ох, дробовик, иди сюда. 2 патрона всего-навсего. 6.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Ну, Мот уже все. Мертвец. Все-таки да, я оказался, получается, лучше, чем он. Никто не сомневался. Даже Мот не сомневался. Ку-ку. Тени. А, ты здесь, да? Ну ладно, прямо в спину все бьют. Их здесь 4, если я правильно насчитал. Давайте лучше аккуратненько сюда подойдем. Где у нас здесь триггерится? Вот. Все? 3. Мне казалось, 4 их было. Аккуратнее. 2 патрона в дробовике. Сзади никого в этот раз. Страничка.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
О-оу. Барри умрет? Ну, зачем мне такое говорить? Где Барри? Барри нужно защитить. Ракетница. Тут написано. Эмиль заставил Тома сделать это. Кто такой Эмиль? Не, ну серьезно, мы же не встречали, да, Эмиля? Вообще. Я могу здесь пройти? Я думаю, там на меня нападут. И здесь, в принципе, тоже нападут. Откуда? Откуда? Слушай, эти с серпом, они 2 раза атакуют. Я вижу там какой-то ящик. Лутец? Что-нибудь хорошее? Ракетница. 3 штуки. Меня устраивает. Ай, плохо видно. Птицы тоже напрягают. Контрольная точка, значит, сейчас на меня нападут. Боеприпасы. Еще. Там в баре стоит. Мне нужно сюда? Давайте сходим. Ради страницы. Может быть, на баре тоже напали, он теперь темный?
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood and barely tasted it.
А как зовут Хартмана? Не Эмиль случайно? Я как-то его имя не услышал. Ну или пропустил. Слушайте, мне Барри пугает. Барри, все нормально?
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so,
А Барри, открывай же. Так выстрели просто дробовиком.
I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Птицы летают тоже, смотрите. Раз, два, три.
Hurry up, Barry.
Хорошо. Возможно, так сделаем. Нет, я уже умер.
It's gotta be here. Just hang on, Al.
Да я же уклонился. Я уклонился. Нашел, открыл. Сейчас я этих чуваков убью. То ты прикалываешься. Давай. Да умираю уже. Один остался, чувак. Вот. Меня чуть не убили. Хотя я мог просто бы убежать и все. Кто это едет? Это Барри.
Please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Braight-Fall's. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Барри прикольный. С чувством юмора. Даже такая ситуация его не расстраивает.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out!
Нет, Барри.